So this one is lapel number 1, lapel number 2, and handheld receivers. This is the SD recorder and the CD player. Right, okay, so I'm just going to unmute the handheld microphone. You'll see that the red ring changed to a green ring, and when I bring the microphone up to it should come on. So there you go. So I've just brought the fader up on the channel, and that's now live. So I can mute it on the back of the microphone. As you can see, there's a little tiny switch there. It's quite difficult to do one-handed, but I'll endeavour to show you. So there you go. That's now muted, and you can see that the green light has now changed to a red circle. I'll just turn that back on again, and that's that. Okay, so for the lapel mics, I'll just grab one of those. This is the lapel belt back of these particular Trantec ones. It's a very simple on-off system. So on, wait a couple of seconds, and you can see that's lapel number 2. And if I bring the fader up on that one, let me get the microphone over. If I bring the fader up, you should be able to hear what I'm saying through that particular microphone. Right, okay, so I'll just do that again, turn it off. It's nice and simple. Takes a AA battery, which is very simple to do. Pop it in there, plus facing out towards you, and that's shown by that's nice and clear. It says battery plus. So there you go. That's nice and easy. It's got a belt clip on this as well, so you can clip that onto your belt or any clothing that you choose. You can flip this over so that it's in the opposite direction. I actually prefer it that way because when it's stuck on your belt, the antenna is nice and clear, away from any. It's not tucked up inside your clothing or getting bent over like that, which happens sometimes. It's nice, and so all you do is you just slip the clip off and drop the clip, obviously. So let's just go and get that. Right, so I'll do that on the floor, and you can just pop that on like that, and there you go. So it's now sitting able to be clipped on in the upright position, which I prefer using it this way. Yeah, it just gives you a little bit more protection of your cables. Okay, this is the back of the mixer. I've got channel 1 from the multi-core. Now that's I've plugged that into the lectern. 2, 3, and 4 taken up with the radio mics, so that's why we've got a different type of plug on here. Now I've gone, you can see this is slightly wonky to how you might normally have it. I've got 11 going backwards to channel 2 and then 12 on the end here. It doesn't actually matter which way round you have them plugged in, as long as you know what you've got plugged in where, because the nice thing about this desk is that you can change all the routing in the software, as I showed in the other video. You can change the routing in this software. So I can, for instance, from mic input number 14, I can have that coming up on fader number 1 if I so wish to, or I can have it coming up on fader number 16. It doesn't actually matter where it's physically plugged in. You can keep track of it within your routing section on your inputs. Here are the outputs, so that you can just about see that. That's mix left and right, and these particular ones go to the SD recorder. So that's numbers 13 and 14. Over there, yeah, you can just see that. And then over here, outputs 1, 2, 3, and 4. Those go to the stage box, which I've got the monitors plugged in. So obviously only 1, 2, and 3 are working because you've only got 3 monitors here. Okay, these are the Wharfdale monitors that we've chosen. There's a green LED light on the front face there that shows power is on. There's also a red LED which would be showing limiting if you were overdriving the monitor. On the side here we have input. Now that's one of these fancy ones which you can plug a jack into, or an XLR. It's got a balanced output here if you wanted to loop out onto another one. It's also got a speaker out, an 8 ohm speaker out here. Power is there. Input power is by an IEC plug. There is the 5-band graphic equalizer. We're not going to use that in this instance because we've got full 28-band equalizing on the mixer, so it's not necessary. And I've actually balanced those already, so you wouldn't actually need to do anything about that. So try and make sure that you leave those well alone. If they do get bumped or anything while you're moving them, just easily reset. There's a notch in the middle which you just reset it to. Volume on these, you don't need to run them very loud at all on here, because the master volume from the mixer is actually quite a strong signal, so it doesn't need much on here to get a reasonable level of volume coming out of the speaker. So yeah, just keep an eye on that, because if you suddenly find that it's really way too loud, just come over to the speaker here and turn the amp gain down